friends, how are you? Welcome to day 89 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. Hope you're very well indeed. Thank you for joining me. In case you're wondering, the slippers are in the wash at the moment. Let's just say that 4 months of wearing them non-stop is just giving them a certain quality. So today it's just socks, just in case you were interested and wondering where the slippers were. You need some constant in life, I believe. Today is our chill out day. It is cold in Melbourne, so again I'm wearing a jumper, so make sure you keep yourself warm, and let's just do it. Let's really use this as a chance to have a little bit of recovery. It's bloody hard in Melbourne right now. So you might be watching this when we're already through it, which is great. Who knows, might be worse. Anyways, just really, I'm feeling like today I need a chance just to center and, you know, give yourself kind of a hug. So we'll be doing that. So let's start with the playlist for day 89. 3, 2, 1, go. And just starting with feet hip width apart. And just put a soft knee bend, so don't go too deep. So all I've really done is just unlocked my knees. Breathing deep into the belly, head going up, butt going down. And just going to start to drop the chin to the chest. And back up again. And down. Really keep the breath going throughout all of this, dropping the head down. One more time. And leave it there. And just gentle wiggle side to side. Really small. And coming back up. Good. Just drop the ear very lightly to the side and give a small nod there. Just make sure you've unlocked those knees and relax through the butt cheeks. Breathing really deep into the belly. Every time you breathe, it inflates like a balloon. Roll around the other side. Keep breathing. Imagine you're breathing from the floor up through the bottom of the feet, up the legs into the belly. And the pelvis is just hanging super heavy off the spine. Rolling around the other way. Good, and rolling back to the first way. Keep the ear to the side. And from here, just tilt to look behind your shoulder and give a small nod up and down if you feel like it. Making sure the jaw is nice and relaxed. Now you might have tensed your back, small of the back in doing that. So just really let the sacrum drop down low. Good, ear back to the side. And now just look in front, looking down to the front foot. And if you're getting comfortable, give a small nod, relax the opposite arm. Good, ear back to the side. Soften the jaw and really gently just tilt the head up until you find a comfortable stretch. Good, back to the ear, rolling around to the other side. And again, keep the ear to the side, but just look behind, and if you're getting comfortable, give a small nod. Soften the knees. Really feel like your weight's dropping down right to the center of the earth. Ear to the side, looking in front now. If you like, giving a tiny nod. Good, ear back to the side, breathing deep into the bottom of the abdomen, look up. Really feel like it's becoming, as you breathe, it's like a ball or bowl that expands. Good, and back to the center again. And with the head low, just do some small circles through the shoulder. Keep the head hanging low and just go forwards with the shoulders. Good, and just gently coming up. And just with the head, just going to do some circles with the nose. Mr. Squiggle pencil drawing a perfect circle on the wall in front of you. Still keep breathing deep into the belly. And have the sense the movement is really free, really open. So try and disengage as many muscles as possible, just the bare minimum. Good, and just circle around the other way. Good, look to the left and draw a circle on that wall. Just unlock those knees. Let the breath expand the abdomen and the back. Expanding out both in front and behind and to the sides. Good, and keep looking left but circle the other way. Good, draw a horizontal line all the way across and circle. Stay looking that way and circle the other way. Good. Now just start nodding up and down and just gradually go all the way back to the other side like you're nodding at a whole room full of people. Of course, imaginary people, because we can't have lots of people in our house. But we can imagine. And then nodding back to the center. Good, all right, just move around the body a little bit. Just random movements, jiggling around. Good, settling off. I'm just going to roll down through the spine, letting the head deflate the body all the way down. Just go in your own time. And just relax when you get there. If you feel like moving the shoulders around, do. Otherwise, just hang down. Then expel the air, and then breathing in from the coccyx, use the breath to inflate the spine up. Good, just bring the arm down across the body and gentle stretch through the triceps. I'm just going to keep rocking side to side of my feet. I just like keeping the joints sort of free now that we're doing this rather than keeping it static. And I like the song that I'm playing. I've got Rufus Wainwright. Good. And the other arm. So remember, keep the shoulders square with the shoulder blades square. Don't pull this forwards. We just want to stretch until we get a stretch along the triceps. You might also get it a little bit along the deltoids and along the shoulder blades. Good. Crossing one hand over the other above the elbow. Point the hands up. If you can, hold on to, otherwise just like this. And up and forwards. Do a nice circle. Just so that you can get underneath those shoulder blades, relaxing through the neck as you go. Good. Change directions of the circle. And then just drop the arms down. It should move the stretch to over the deltoids. Good. Remember which hand's on top. Let it go. Change over. Up and forwards with the forearms and just circle. So the higher you lift the arms up and then push the forearms out, the more it's going to go between the shoulder blades. Just change direction of that circle now. Good, and then drop the arms down, let it just move to the deltoids. Good, and rolling out the shoulders. Just roll through the wrists. And the other way. bending the wrists or the fingertips just lightly back, just sort of milking them through the stretch rather than staying in a sustained stretch. Good, and then the other way. Oh, that's a bit sore. Ah. Good, check that out. And the other arm, just bending back the first time. Just gentle, so again I'm not going to the extreme range of movement because I'm doing a dynamic stretch into this. And then taking it forwards. Good, reaching up with the hands. And just reaching high with one hand and try and reach higher with the next. And then just putting the hands up and just leaning over slightly till you find a stretch. So it might stretch all the way to the hips here, it might just be the ribs, depends on where you're tense. And then breathing out to come back up. Just relaxing arms. Other arm up, pointing towards the ceiling, bending over. Keep breathing. Coming back. Good. And then curving forwards. If you want, you can link the arms. Send the spine backwards and the fingertips forwards. Really try and get that lumbar spine all the way behind you. Keep going, keep relaxing through it. Good, then just soften, rolling up. Good, rolling down through the spine. Just hanging over. From here, just take yourself, just do gentle straightenings. You don't have to go to complete straighten. Just straighten until you find a stretch. And then when you feel like it, just release and go again. So again, we're not trying to do a sustained static stretch here. We're just moving in and out, just loosening up the muscles. Head super heavy. The top of the head wants to relax down and touch the floor. Good. Now just straighten the legs until you find a stretch. And now just hang over in a static stretch. Good. Bend those knees, just coming forwards into a crouch and just drop the head down and let yourself form a bit of a C curve here. If you like, you can reach the fingertips far out in front of you just to get a little bit more stretch along the spine. And then take the fingertips out wide. Good. And swing it onto your butts, onto your backs. Yeah, this is the bit we love. Knees into the chest. And don't start off too aggressive. We're just going to do really teeny tiny circles, super light, super friendly. This is not about wrenching our legs into a stretch and go, you will be flexible. No, it's about just opening up. Opening up through the hips, the small of the back, and you might be able to enjoy a nice massage with the small of the back on the ground here as well. And then go the other way. Good, and then just swing the legs from side to side. So you're sort of rotating. Good. Pushing the small of the back into the ground to burst that imaginary balloon. Point the toes and lower the legs down. And again, small of the back, burst the balloon. Try and relax through the flexors on the legs as you do this. And down again. Keep the
the toes pointed as you do it, just because of the muscles that it engages. Making sure the neck's nice and lengthened on the ground. If you want to put your hands under your butt to help, you can. Good, and then just back to wiggling side to side. Good, placing the legs down, just letting them fall to the side, and then using the outward breath to change to the other side. Make sure you use the breath, and if you're feeling good about it, just let the head go the opposite direction. Breathing in, then use the breath to change sides. If you don't feel like the back's super warmed up, don't fully relax into the floor yet as you turn across. We're just more about mobility rather than trying to find the end of our stretch here. I've got a lot of my favourite songs on today. We might have heard them all a few times, but I feel like I need to hear all the nice songs. Good, coming back to center, just don't up the legs. And, oh, that's super sore. Let's just open up through the hips. See, it's good if you're sore. It means that you're working, hey? It means you're alive, doesn't it? Yeah. Good, a passive stretch now, just use the hands to push. If you need to, you can also encourage the foot forwards. Good, and just change. Nice and easy. And then using your hands, I find it easy if I push actually near the hip, just because of where I need to get the stretch. Here I can't quite reach, I run out of room before I find the stretch. I run out of range before I find the stretch. So I put my hand closer to my hip, and that way I get more of a stretch. Good, back to the first leg, and ease open. So it should feel a little bit different now than what it did before. Beautiful, and back to the right leg. Good, just place that leg extended out and bring in the other knee to the chest and super light circles. Just allow the small of the back to relax into the floor. Almost like the belly button's trying to relax into the floor and the sternum is trying to relax. Just circle the other way. And then wiggling from side to side. Good, pulling the toes back to the shin, extend towards the ceiling. Enjoy that nerve stretch. Good, relax, just hold the leg and circle the ankle. And to be super clever, imagine that this movement is actually coming from the small of the back. That's how the ankle's moving. If that doesn't make sense to you, just try it. Sometimes just trying it's enough. Good, circle the other direction. Good, then pull the toes back again, extend towards the ceiling. And taking where you can reach, just encourage the knee towards the wall, lengthening out the other leg. Breathe into this, just allow the breath to open up through the leg. Good, bend that leg and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Good, other leg, and changing directions. And wiggle from side to side, opening up through that hip. Try and turn off the leg when you do this, so it's hard because you kind of want to move it, but try and let the leg be passive and let the arms do the work. Good, and pulling toes back to the shin, lengthen towards the ceiling. Breathe through that, let the small of the back sink deeper into the floor. Make sure your neck's nice and long on the floor. And just relax. Take hold of the leg and using the small of the back to circle through the leg, through the ankle. And change direction. Good, pull the toes towards the shin again, lengthen towards the ceiling. Dynamic stretching that way. No, it's static. It's movement through this. I'm constantly sending the heel up, constantly pulling the toes back. Good, and then just take what you can, sending the knee across to the wall. Breathe through that, just allow the breath to open up the leg. Lengthening out the other leg. Good, bend the leg and wiggle it out again. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good stuff. Just take the first leg again back to a donut and lift the hands through, either taking hold of the shin or of the thigh and wiggling from side to side again, like a dog trying to wag its tail. Good, and just allow the weight of the arms to encourage a stretch forwards. And then just take the leg across to your center line and then pull the ankle forwards or the shin forwards wherever you can reach. So you're slightly changing the angle of that stretch. Good, and then just scoot yourself if you're using your left leg to the left side of your mat. Tuck the leg over and let it fall towards the ground to the right hand side. Looking down the opposite arm. Let gravity do the work for you here. Good, lengthen the grounded leg, come back up and just popping out the opposite leg over the top. Reaching through and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Nice and released. And then just use the weight of the arms to encourage the legs into a stretch. Breathing through, releasing through the sternum across the diaphragm. Letting the pectoral muscles relax. And then knee across the body, right in the center line, right above your sternum, and then pulling. You can, this leg, if you want to keep it bent, is fine. And then pulling forwards. Beautiful. On whatever side of leg is up, scoot yourself to that side. Cross over, let it fall to the opposite side, and gently look down the arm. Just allow gravity to do the work here. Beautiful, lengthen the leg, uncurl, and put the feet together in a frog, and just allow the legs to go wide. Remember, don't let the small of the back arch here. It arches to try and get those legs out wide. No. We want more the small of the back to be on the ground, and the legs can sort themselves out. But, don't worry about it. So you might find in doing that, if you're trying to let the small of the back relax into the ground, you might find that you get tension developing up through here. So really think about now, the sternum wants to relax down and touch the back, or to touch the ground. Same with the diaphragm, it can open and soften. And the small of the back can relax down to the floor. The neck is lengthening on the mat. And now consciously bring your awareness into the parts of the hips that are stretching. Just go back and check in with the sternum because it might have tensed again. And then hopefully now the legs are getting the idea and they're going, oh, we get it. We get how you want to relax. Good. Use your hands to help bring the back in. And now just come back to hugging and circle, and hopefully they feel a little bit different to how they felt before. If you want to put a bit more of a stretch in this now, you can. And then circle the other way. Then encourage the legs towards the knee. I don't mean that. The knee towards the chest. Beautiful. Pop the knees down and turn to your side. I'm just going to do the drawing across the chest. So, hand in an alligator. Make sure your pelvis is perpendicular to the floor. Breathing in. Draw across the body until, as far as you can, feeling comfortable. If the elbow touches the ground, that's fine. Then breathe out and return. Just go in your own times. You can reverse that breath if you like. So you're actually breathing in as you're coming back, and then breathing out as you open. But up to you. Good. Now if you're feeling a little bit warmer, we're just going to go with the open arm version of this. So breathing in or out. Comes all the way across. And then opposite breath brings it back again. Beautiful. Just changing sides. Make sure you've got, no plants. I'm going to stay facing this way. Sorry to have my butt to you, but otherwise I hit plants. So, having the hips perpendicular to the floor, and start by drawing across the body. And again, either breathe in as you open and breathe out as you close, or reverse that. Breathe out as you open. Breathe in as you close. Good, and if you're feeling warm, then you can just open that out into the straight arm version. Beautiful. Let's return and gently bring yourself up onto all fours. And just wiggle through the spine. And we're going to do some cat-cow, so reaching up. And then out. And again, you can do breath either way here, so either breathing in as you go up, then out as you go down, or reverse it. Breathe out as you go up, and breathe in as you come forward. Good. This time we're going to go up, and as you arch up, just wiggle the butt. So you're really trying to just let that spine go towards the ceiling and relax the rest of the muscles around it. Good. Just coming down again, and back up, and then tilt back until you get a stretch between the shoulder blades. Good, back up, and wiggle. Then just take one of your arms and just feed it through underneath and use the floor to stretch. So stretching along, you might feel it through the lats, along the back of the arm, along the triceps. And back up, and the other way. That's the end of my playlist. But because we're going to do a few extra things, you know, why not? Yeah, coming up. And just roll out the shoulders. And just take ourselves into seated and diamond, the legs out in front, elbows on knees, belly button upwards and forwards, and just work those knees towards the floor. If you're not getting a stretch on the glute, if you're getting it more in the inner thighs, really scooch up and forwards more with that belly button. Good. Now bring the knees, the heels into the pubic bone and gentle flutters. Flutter, 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 flutter. Good stuff. And just popping the legs into a gentle straddle. And just sit here for a second. Just to allow your body to come to terms with the position we now find ourselves in. And then super gentle, just using the point of the chest, the center of the chest, to do teeny tiny circles. Teeny tiny. At this stage I'm not rotating to face the wall, I'm just still facing forwards. And just teeny tiny. Nothing too extreme. Nice and gentle. Now, if you're starting to warm up, you can start to just turn a little bit to face the walls as you go. Keep breathing through this. Good. And if you're starting to warm up, just start to bring the arms into it. And you can put that hand behind if you like, just to kind of open up more through the ribs, and as you start to feel yourself get warmer and warmer, you can think about just sending those fingertips out away from the body, trying to touch all the walls so the movement extends further and further. And then now bring it around. It's like you're trying to almost look behind you. Hello, plant. How are you? Good, and then just
reaching over to touch the wall. Relaxing through the opposite leg, letting that take you down a little further. Reaching over. Good. Use the hand to come, help yourself up and breathe out. And across the other way. Good. Reaching over, try and touch the wall. Everything's a little sore in this area. Just again, let you know you've been working. Let you know how good you are. Breathing out. And go again. If you feel comfortable enough to touch that foot and pull it up, by all means, put the elbow on the inside and just open out. Otherwise, just keep on reaching for the wall. Breathing through that. And use the outward breath to come back up. And changing sides again. Only if you feel like you can reach that foot, do. Otherwise, keep on just stretching out for the wall. Good, use the outward breath to come back. Bring the legs in and get a bit of a percussion, a bit of a rub. That's it, and percussion 20 times above and below the knee. Down the leg, out the foot, and the leg. Using your hands, just getting to the shoulders and down. Remember, don't travel back up in contact with the arm. Just take the hand off and replace, and other side. Good. Using your fists across the chest. A little bit King Kong about it. Find those bits where there's tensions. Just give them a gentle percussion. And across the belly, just don't break your ribs. Across the back. Good, we're just going to a crouch. And then up. And in here you can get a little bit better. Just got my knees bent. Head's nice and relaxed. Getting through the body. Right into those glutes. Good, and then to finish off, just turning yourself to the side. Line up those index fingers, put the thumbs out stretched and about a thumb width apart. If you want the good positioning, just get yourself into a nice all fours, tuck the toes under, lift the butt towards the ceiling. And don't worry about what the heels are doing, just think about the butt going up. And try and put those thighs on the wall behind you. Breathe through that. Shoulder blades engaged. Good, bend the knees, just walk the hands in, rolling up through the spine, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Amazing. Well, I feel buzzy. I hope you do too. Great, thanks team. Thanks for joining me again. See you tomorrow for core work. In the end, it will be day 90. We're 2 weeks off 100. Lots of love to you. Please be kind to yourselves and to others. Have a great day. Bye.